some people want like 2 or whatever. Yeah. missed it. I missed it like 5 points and laid off.
All right, here we go again. Back on the streaming, back to do some live commentary, and we are on the last squat of the day. We had a very fun squat on the previous one. We had 3 guys making it into the cut, and I have a very special guest. Is one of the new talents coming up. Second visit for you in Sweden, unless I'm wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to present to you Ernesto. Welcome, buddy.
How's it going? I'm happy to be here.
It's a pleasure, man. It's been a lot of fun. We have been enjoying so far everything we have been seeing. We have been seeing you doing very, very good, extremely good on the fresh conditions. It feels like you have already figured that out. But then it's becoming a little bit trickier from there, yeah?
Yeah, my last 2 squads on the fresh, I think I'm probably plus 200. And then the back 3, 4, 5 games, I've been very rough. I mean, I'm finding a hard time getting my ball go through the front part of the lane. I put as much polish as I could on my attention star, and I think it's just too much core. So I drilled up an ember, thanks to Rob, and we'll see what it does tomorrow or next day whenever I bowl.
It should be a lot better. That's one of the things that even myself I got wrong from the beginning of the week. When you look at the bar and you see 44 feet and 29 mils, you start thinking like it's going to be a little bit long. But then when you really pay attention into that, you realize that the oil is not really that long. It's just the brushing that it's going that long. So what I've seen so far is that people is having a lot of issues on game 3 and 4, especially in the middle part of the lane. They don't find a way to cross the middle part of the lane, and especially when I see the young talented bowlers, because we have been used to that urethane motion where you really grip the ball and you just send it with a little bit higher speed. But this pattern is quite demanding. It's very sensitive. So even if you can manage to get some strikes by hitting the ball harder, it becomes a little bit inconsistent. So I was talking to a couple of the locals yesterday that I met a few years ago when I was coaching in Sweden, and I told them I think the best idea at the moment to have go back to a weaker wrist, so you don't really grab the ball that much, and also try to grab a ball with a higher RG, so you make sure that it doesn't want to jump to the left too early or jump to start hooking way too early. So the fact that you say you just drill a weaker core ball, it sounds to me like you're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I didn't have the pleasure to see the pattern before I left. I was already gone, so I just assumed last year, like I knew people throw urethane out here, so I brought more urethane strong balls. And after I saw the pattern, I knew I'd be in for a little bit. I was hoping that we got some balls out here for us to drill, so I'm happy we got that pleasure, and hopefully it does better for me because, yeah, your angles definitely have to be a lot steeper through the fronts to get your ball to go through it the right way. And I mean, on the fresh, I'm just throwing a big ball, like just getting out to the right, rolling it pretty forward, so it doesn't do anything crazy off the back of the pattern. And yeah, I mean, it looks good, but I mean, it's the middle games that my ball really starts to find trouble getting through it.
It becomes very sensitive as soon as you do something a little bit change of the speed, a little bit of more gripping on it. Then the ball becomes super sensitive. It starts jumping way too early, and then it's very hard to control. Yesterday, when we were talking with Francois was joining us in the second squad as well. We spoke here for a little while. He was explaining also this kind of motion. He could see what was going on in the middle of the lane, and I was telling him if I had to bowl this event, we usually try to use the warm-up to generate more area on the outside by grabbing a dull ball and make some room on the to the right. In my case, as a right-hander. But I said to Francois, if I had to bowl this event, probably I would spend most of my warm-up shooting a spur ball like 7 or 8 boards to the left of where I'm starting, because that's the other thing that's happening in this event. You move in a certain way that the last game you're gonna bowl where you did your warm-up. So you want to make sure you don't want to burn that pair. Otherwise, when you arrive at the end of the squat, it's going to be completely devastated. And I said to him, I think it makes more sense this time to just grab a plastic ball or grab a ball that's going to push the oil down, stay further left than you're going to be bowling on that first game. Make sure you're going to push the oil a little bit further down. And when you come back, you have a a little bit of a better chance to succeed. But you cannot control what the other people is doing. So all the games in between, it's a little bit of a mess. It's a little bit of a lottery. Be lucky that I'm not following someone burning the lane, and maybe if I'm lucky enough, I'm gonna have follow someone who tried to do the same, or at least do not burn it that much.
Yeah, actually, you described it perfectly because today during practice, me and Joey, we took urethane up 12 for 6 minutes, and I mean, I bowled 270 the first game, and then when I came back there the sixth game, I also had 220. So those are my like two good games, and everything else was not good.
Everything in between
Yeah,
was so we can blame it on the boogeyman, right?
yeah, yeah. You can blame it. Yeah, sure. And but like even when I went back there the sixth game, it still had the same characteristic of that hold in the middle of the lane. So, I mean, it really helps a lot what you do in practice, and I think we did a nice job, and I plan on doing that again tomorrow, and then whenever I bowl, just because that hole in the middle of the lane is nice on
Mm.
something like this.
We were also talking with Andrew at the beginning of yesterday's squad, Andrew Anderson, and we were thinking probably we're used to think that when the best bowlers start bowling together, they're going to open up the lane. But in this case, it could be the contrary. When you get a lot of PBA guys with such a high rep rate and everybody using the same area on the lanes, maybe it's going to cause the opposite of that. Maybe the lanes are going to burn even faster. So it may not be a higher scoring squads, but on the contrary, they may become a little bit harder.
I think I think the pros they do a good job at doing the same thing, and I think it actually might, in my opinion, make it a little easier because they do burn the lane and blow it up, but there's a defined spot where you're supposed to get the ball because they all kind of use the same area. Like over here, like I've been struggling with my ball seeing it in different spots of the lane, like with whatever angles I play. But with the pros, like there's one angle that you need to play, and like everyone's doing it, so you know what you're supposed to be doing. So there's a little just a clearer picture there versus what's going on here. But I think as more of them start showing up, we'll see that come into play.
Now let's play a little bit of imagining. What do you think the cut? What's your prediction for the cut on this event?
Plus 35 right now. How many squads do we have left?
Quite a few. I mean, we are on Tuesday, unless I'm wrong. Today's
Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday,
today's
and
Tuesday.
we bowl from tomorrow. Tomorrow is another two squads. Thursday it's four squads. Friday four squads, and Saturday four squads. So that's another 14 squads plus this one now. 15 squads to go.
I feel like it's gonna be in the hundreds. Do you think so?
I set a lot higher actually, but I made my prediction on day one.
I'm gonna go 115.
I said 150. I was very positive, but
150.
yeah, but that, as I said, that was at the very beginning
Okay.
before everybody started bowling, and my prediction was based on exactly what you were telling now. I said to myself, when all the pros are here and they all start using the same spot, the lane's gonna open up in a way that at least everybody knows where I can bowl and where I really want to avoid bowling. So I said to myself, not only because of that. But it's quite a few bowlers from the PBA, quite a few bowlers from the United States, but there's also a lot of talent from Sweden, from Finland. It's a big group of bowlers that really know how to perform and they can score pretty high. So I'm guessing, even if it's not looking that way anymore, I'm still pushing that maybe they find a way to go up all the way to 150 over to make it into the final. It's going to be a little bit of a weather change also. From not tomorrow, but from Thursday, it's going to become wet weather. It's going to start raining, so that could affect a little bit also on what the lanes are doing. Another factor that's going to change: the bowling alley is going to get a lot more full. It's going to get more packed.
Yeah.
That's going to be more CO2 breathing people, but we have to see. I mean, at the end, you can do some predictions and you can be terribly wrong later on.
Yeah. I think personally, I like the more packed environment. I like noise. I like the people going. So I'm definitely excited for that. And yeah, I mean the cut definitely could be very high. The pros will start striking here shortly. This is some of their first squads, so guys like Chris Sloan, I don't know, Jesper, like they might struggle a little bit this first squad. Maybe Kyle Troop, but the second squad they'll knock it out of the park. So I'm not too worried about
For
it.
for some of them also, this first squad is very tough because they just landed today, so they have been traveling for 20 hours, and you get exhausted on the plane. It's very hard to rest properly. You get kind of dehydrated, and the fact that you've been traveling for 20 hours and you just get into the bowling alley and start bowling your squad, we cannot demand them to perform right away. Um, Now let's talk a little bit about what's going on this squad. Game one has already passed through. We have 18 bowlers already on over par. From
Okay.
18 is 201. Current leader is Elvis Brostrom from Sweden, 244. Then we find Arner with 237. Gregory Rius is a quite talented French bowler. He's when he grabs a purple hammer, he's pretty much unbeatable in the south of Europe. He's really, really good on that. But he's trying his best to bowl with reactive and these kind of conditions a lot deeper. It's not what you really find in the south of Europe. It's always a little bit more friction on the corners. Then we have Alexander Larsen with 232, Oscar Palermo 229. Then we have three Swedes, 223, 221, 220. 220, it's Nora. She can bowl, right?
She's amazing. I had the pleasure of watching her out in Green Bay this year when they did the huge like stadium. I was there for Junior Gold, and yeah, I mean it was just amazing to watch her. And I met her here last year, and super nice, great bowler.
She's very good. Then if we follow a little bit lower, we have Hemma Haltunen. Is also a local bowler. She's bowling here in Helsingborg. Emma had a very too high series to begin the squad yesterday or 2 days before. She was on 80 over. But Emma is a single-handed bowler. She doesn't have as many rep rates as we can find on Nora. So as soon as the transition was in there and she started to have to move in, she get into some issues and trouble, and it was like trying to survive with some games of 180, 180, 180. But yet she managed to score 20, 23 or 27 over. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. There is a couple of spots saved for the two best women that doesn't make the cut, so that score could still be okay for Emma with 27 over to get that free pass on the ladies division. Then we had until today it was early birds squad, so the people who doesn't make it on the cut but did okay series on those 3 days are also going to have a pass into the final. Then we have turbo games on games 5 and 6. Those who make the highest scoring on 5 and 6 and they're not in the final, they are also going to get a pass through to into the final. And finally, we have also 2 spots for the under 21 bowlers and 2 spots for the seniors, which is plus 50. So we're going to have a lot of people getting into the final. And the scoring is yeah, the scoring pace on this squad looks like it's gonna get a little bit higher again. I see quite a few strikes. For example, Nate is already at 459 after
There we
two
go.
on lane 4. He just finished on lane 4. Then we have when the game gets to the end and the score starts jumping away, it's a little bit harder to follow.
Yeah.
But pretty soon, as now the game is gonna end up soon, so we're gonna refresh the scoring and we're gonna comment a little bit. We're gonna give you an update on what the score is. Just let me remind you, we are asking everyone who is watching and listening. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's 100% free. And the fact that you subscribe and you become a part of this channel, it's going to allow us to stay doing a lot of bowling for free. So you don't have to pay any monthly fee in order to watch PBA bowling and watch the best bowlers on PBA regional Sweden as well as the Swedish National League. Have you ever seen any Swedish National League match?
I actually have. I think it's really cool. I wish I could be a part of it, but yeah, it looks super fun. The environment looks amazing, and it looks like they have a lot of fun out there.
They go really crazy. They go nuts. It's like watching a playoff game on the NBA or a football match between Barcelona and Madrid
Yeah,
when
literally.
we really fight with each
When
other.
Messi and Ronaldo were playing.
You know anything about the new Messi we have in Barcelona? Have you heard
No,
about
I
him?
don't. Who?
Lamine Yamal.
Is he like a young guy?
He started playing in the A team when he was 15, 2 years
wow.
ago. He just turned 18 now, and he's probably going to get the Golden Ball this September at age 18. He turned 18 on the 13th of July.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. We are very lucky in the team now. Obviously, I'm from Barcelona, so I'm supporting Barcelona, not Madrid. But we have a lot of young talented players now. At least 7 or 8 players under 21, and they are really amazing. So I think we're gonna have a good team for quite a few years now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But back to bowling. Don't let me get you distracted. Let us know a little bit more about you. Tell us about your career. Where have you been bowling? What are your biggest successes? And since we have you here, also let us know a little bit how you feel when you come to Sweden. It's the second time you said.
Second time, yeah, correct. I'll just start with last year bowling here. And last year bowling here, I made the cut. I went, I think it was 200 over. And then I made the, oh man, I don't even, honestly, I think I made the second step. I passed the first 6 games, and then I
Hmm.
got knocked out the next round. But yeah, it was a lot of urethane last year. And my bowling career, I won junior gold twice. I was back to back, first ever to win U15 and U18 back to back. And then I'm a PBA junior national champion. And yeah, those are my highlights of my career so far.
Yeah,
Still got another year.
but how old are you?
I'm 17.
Oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You don't have the time to have any bigger CV.
Yeah, I've been pretty blessed on what I've been able to do so far. And
So you're a
it's
little bit
great.
like Lamine, but in a
In a bowling way,
bowling
I
edition.
guess you could say that.
Yeah. Yeah, the only main difference is that Lamine just signed a contract for like
For
about
millions of dollars.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
like 12, 15 millions a year.
Yeah,
That's pretty insane. Let's hope that one day we find Bill Gates or somebody like that that enjoys bowling and start paying out like a little bit better.
that would be great.
But Ernesto, since it's the second time in Sweden, have you got any plans on bowl a little bit more away from United States, or are you going to focus your career more just in the PBA tour?
I would love to. Actually, last week I was just in Guatemala competing for Team USA for the Pan Am Games.
Mm-hmm.
I won a personally gold medal, silver medal, and a bronze medal. So got one of each. My first ever like international like medals,
Mm-hmm.
if you say so. So that was amazing time. I met a bunch of great people. Yeah, I love to go out of the United States. So whatever tournaments I can bowl out of the country, I will. Hopefully, I can keep bowling for USA and keep coming back here every year. And whatever tournaments else I get invited to, I find out about. I would love to bowl.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun to see you coming by and see you grow, see how it becomes better and better when with the knowledge. Because even I remember when I was at your age and you feel you already know a little bit of what's going on and you can perform and so. But as the years go on, you keep learning. I mean, this game is a continuous evolution. You never stop learning.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about this game. It's just like an invisible puzzle, and you got to solve it every time you go out there. So each time you go out there, you get better and you learn more. So just apply it to the next one.
Now, let's talk a little bit of material. Are you bowling for any company?
Yeah, I'm a Storm. I'm a Storm guy,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's it. It's my only contract. Storm.
That's cool. I've been bowling for Storm for quite a few years now. So let's talk a little bit about the arsenal we are having now in the factory. Have you any thoughts about the new Ion Pro Solid? Because it looks like everybody's loving that ball. And the other thing I realized about that ball is that you are able to use it on fresh and pretty much late on the squat. So it looks pretty versatile, right? You can use it on many different conditions.
Yeah, that has been actually a recent favorite for me. I didn't bring it this week because I figured there would be some here, and that yeah, I mean, I just had other balls that I like honestly in that spot. The new Rockstar, the Ion Pro, the regular Ion Pro is one of my favorites. I brought that ball this week. Um, but yeah, the new Ion Pro Solid looks amazing. I throw it a lot at home. I've thrown it. It's got a lot of games on it already, and it just came out. So definitely looking forward to drilling more of those and
Did
having
you get
fun.
did you get to bowl the Tour Dynamics at some point?
Oh, I love the Tour
Ah,
Dynamics.
okay. Now we're talking. That's my favorite ball at the moment. Especially as I said to you, when I bowl in the south of Europe, it's so much purple hammer going around me.
Yeah,
And since they bowl in very big ranges, it's always a lot of friction on the corners. So everybody's standing between the second and the fourth arrow with that purple hammer. So the Tour Dynamics and the IQ Tour, when I combine them both with a little bit weaker layouts, they allow me to stay outside of the purple hammer all day long. Then I bowl like if I was a lefty.
yeah,
It's very funny because I start in, let's say I'm bowling parallel or close to the gutters, fifth, sixth board, sending it out to breakman on board number two. 6 games later, maybe I moved my feet a couple of boards, and that's because they keep pushing the oil down on the left side of me. So they instead of making the lane tougher, they are making it easier, and I get all the benefit of the power of the reactive resin.
yep.
So at the moment, I'm almost happy that the European Federation has decided to keep the purple hammer and the soft urethane legal, because since they are using this kind of big ratios, it's going to allow me to stay on the outside forever.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because I just saw that before I came here that they were gonna undo the rule. Um, in America, I mean, recently I've bowled so many tournaments that have involved the Purple Hammer that I'm just kind of like tired of it at the moment. So I'm excited to come here and like not see it go down the lane,
Mm.
just so it's refreshing.
We had the World Cup under 21 here in Helsingborg like 8 weeks ago,
Yep.
late of June,
Yep.
and I think 99% of the balls on the racks was the Purple Hammer. At some point, it becomes boring that everybody's using the same ball. It looks like we haven't learned anything on the last 10 years, and everybody's doing the same, and everybody's throwing the same shot. And I'm a little bit afraid that, especially for the younger generations, they are just learning one way of bowling, and that's it. Then when you move them into a little bit of a tougher condition where they need to think and they need to be able to manipulate their hand a little bit, speed control, it's gone. They just go, okay, now I'm gonna go harder. I move left and I hit it harder, and I go left and I hit it harder. But they are losing a little bit like older people. Like let's talk about Norm Duke, Brian Boss, this kind of old school. That today I go forward, now I go sideways, now I move my feet a little bit forward and I make a shorter swing so I can make a little bit slower, slow down my ball so I can cover more boards on the lane. All this kind of knowledge, it seems to be vanishing. And I think it's pretty sad because bowling is evolving all the time, but it's not going to remain the same forever. And I'm wondering what's going to happen when these kids have been bowling with only that ball and that type of game for 6, 7, 8 years, and suddenly the game evolves one more time. What are they going to do? Are they all going to quit bowling?
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way of describing it. That like it's definitely hurting the development of some of these younger kids, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the rules are going to be with urethane. The USBC in America is talking about banning it completely or some hardness rule or something. So if they get rid of it, I think in America it's less of a problem
Mm-hmm.
than it is definitely out here. But still, like there's a lot of kids that just really depend on it, and if they don't have it, I feel like it's going to be a big issue for a lot of these players. So, um, yeah, I think it definitely hurts, and yeah, that's it.
We have a comment here. We have Mr. Tiki saying, "Is this a replay from 10 years ago? Oscar on the lanes." It's not a replay. It's live. 10 years ago, Ernesto would be probably
I'd be 7 years old.
he would be probably grabbing a 6 pound ball on the lanes.
Wasn't even bowling yet.
Not even bowling
Yeah.
yet. No, we are live, and this is this New Year's edition, 2025 Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. Sitting down in Sweden, talking to Ernesto. Ernesto, since I have you here, let me abuse a little bit of confidence. What kind of tips would you give to the guys in your generation? What would you tell them to try to practice when they are back home if they really want to get better on their game?
That's
a
a good one.
tough one. Yeah,
That's a
that's a
good
tough one.
Personally, I've spent a lot of time when I was younger on shooting spares, like getting a really good spare system down. So wherever you go, no matter how hard the pattern is, I mean, you got one thing, your spare game, and it really helps. I mean, it turns 150s into 190s. That's definitely like the main thing. Once you can shoot spares, I mean, practice everything, like different hand positions, um, walking a little slower, walking a little faster, but keep the fundamentals the same. And I mean, you got to play around all parts of the lane, and just bowling more tournaments, getting more exposure will get you out there to everything. So I think really just get your spare game down and just keep practicing everything else you can do to manipulate a bowling ball.
And also, I would say probably don't be afraid to change bowling alleys. There's a lot of people that only bowl in one bowling center, and then they have the aspiration to get better, but then you need to change your atmosphere. I mean, even if it's in the same city, but the fact that you bowl AMF lanes or Brunswick lanes, even if it's exactly the same pattern, the ball is going to react quite different.
Yeah.
So all this kind of different environment and meeting different bowlers, asking a lot of questions. If you happen to cross your path with a superstar, just go there, find out, learn a lot, learn as much as you can, and get as much information on what they do, the kind of things they do, and then go back to your hometown or your own center and test those things, see what works for you. What doesn't work for you, you can skip it, but what does work for you, you want to in your game for the rest of your life, and this kind of thing. So, guys, since we have Ernesto here, if you want to ask something, if you have any questions, feel free to chat with us. Let us know. We'll be happy to reply. Sorry, and let's see a little bit on the scoring. We have a refreshed. We have Arnar on the lead with 91 over. Nate is 59 over. Timmy Hall 59. Elvis 54. Gregory Reeves 30 over. Now we have 17 bowlers above par. But as I've been saying on the previous streaming days, games 1 and 2, it's still quite okay. Now it's when the business is starting to happen. Now, game 3 and 4 is going to become a little bit more messy.
I think so. Yeah. Game 3 a little better, but game 4 is really when it's gonna start blowing up on these bowlers. You got some good scores. I mean, Nora 4 in a row.
Yeah, we
what
have
else we got
Oliver
here?
Dahlgren also on lane
Oh, yeah.
11 and
Yep.
12, started with from 5. Oliver is one of those kids that really loves to bowl inside. I remember, I think it was 3 years ago, we made an event in the north of Sweden. It was a big open as well. The lanes burned like it really burned over there, and the topography in that bowling alley was pretty tough on both sides, both corners. So they ended up really lofting the ball 30 feet down the lane, and he was really comfortable on doing on that. So he's very talented guy. He bowls for Team Pergamon. That's probably the strongest team in Sweden, and he has bowled a few squads. He hasn't really been successful yet, but on this game he seems to have found something. He's not doing that high. He's only at 190, 213, but he's one of the guys that you want to keep an eye on. Then Nora, where is Nora at the moment? See, that's what I said. It looks cool. There's a lot of screens, but it takes a
know,
while
yeah, it
until you
does.
find. Yeah, Nora is in 17, 18 for front. So
Where?
over here on 17 and 18.
Oh, there she is.
First four.
Oh my
First four.
gosh, I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's
around
why
everywhere.
when I'm sitting down here, I'm getting used to try to help my guests. So when I talk about someone, I say the number of the lane because otherwise you spend 5 minutes trying to find them. Arner is on 3 and 4, double 9 spare, strike 9 spare, and split. So Arner is also starting to find some, yeah, we could say a little bit of transition in there. Let's see how he responds to that. Let's see how he adapts into whatever he's found on the lanes. Okay, let's see who else we
Let's
have.
see.
We have Jesper on lane 15 and 16. Jesper
I was trying to find him too.
is gonna shoot on lane 16 now.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, he has a red ball in the hand.
He's throwing urethane. Wow.
Yeah,
Surprising. Not even Eric Jones threw urethane. Actually, yeah, he did, but it didn't work out too well. Wow, making him look good.
he made it hook from quite far outside,
He
I
did.
must say.
He's Jesper Svensson for a reason.
Yeah. Now Nora on lane 18.
There we go.
She's looking a lot more comfortable than it was in the previous squad.
Very good pair.
As we said, she's so talented that at some point, I was saying on the previous squad, I've seen her bowl already a few squads, and on the contrary, you had the issues on the middle games. For Nora, it has been kind of a mess. Some squads was really messy at the beginning, some squads was really messing at the end, and one of the squads was messing in between. But on the other hand, she was striking quite high and doing high games all over the place. So I said to myself, as soon as she can manage to put all the games together, it should work pretty good for her. And I said, probably she's going to make a 1300 squat at some point.
I believe it for sure. She's very, very talented.
Okay, and Emma is doing okay on lane 2, spare, and a triple.
There we go.
She's running at 3 below par at the moment, but as we said before, it's only a couple of girls that have a spot for free, so you probably don't need to do 100 over. She can probably survive it with 40 or 50 over. It should be more than enough to make it into the top girls, because probably some of the other girls have the skills to qualify directly.
Yeah, definitely. The girls, I think we'll probably be like about 50 over. I think we still have some pro girls. Is there any pro girls showing up that for women?
Danielle's coming in.
Danielle.
Daniel, right?
Okay, yeah, Danielle McEwen. Okay, so she could probably get in regular. So yeah, the cut should be good.
Yeah, definitely we can see it's game three. Besides Nora with front five and Oliver who also started with front five, and I see a partner from Oliver on lane 12 is also has got the front four. But everywhere else where we look, it's looking quite messy. A lot of open frames everywhere. So it's more of the same. Game three starts to show up. Game four, people start to cry a little bit. Game five, people is exhausted. We're gonna start seeing a lot of 9 Ms. We have a few already in here.
Oh
I
wow,
see 3 9 Ms in here,
3 9
another
misses in a
one on
row.
the other. So yeah, I guess at some point it gets into your brain. When you cannot succeed with what you're trying, you start to lose a little bit of energy, start to lose a little bit of focus, and then it becomes really messy and it's even hard to spare.
Definitely, that's when you need to just take a deep breath and reset your brain, reset your mind, and try to get it going again.
Now, you're very young, but still, you have any tricks you use on your own for the mental part of the game?
Yeah, honestly, like whenever like I get in a situation where I am like struggling a little bit, I kind of just want to take a little more time on the approach, just really just try to forget about it and just move on the best I can and just take a deep breath before each shot, especially when things are going kind of shaky. Like that's when you really need to focus on your breathing, and because if you focus on your breathing, you can't think about what you just did last shot. Like just stay as present as you can and throw the best shot you possibly can in the moment. So
So,
that's really all I try to
so
think about.
basically, you're trying to put your brain somewhere else.
Yeah, just bring it to that calm, focused state of mind that you're always in when you start a block or when you're thinking about something or doing schoolwork. I don't know, whatever you are.
Now,
Um,
that's the second time I see Jasper doing that.
did he balk? Oh,
Yeah,
he did.
he didn't release the ball. He felt like something was off on the approach. And when I see it once, I don't give it much of a thought. But since I saw it 2 times in 2.5 games, I'm starting to wonder what may be going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of I don't know what the rule is on like the pair jumpings, but there's been we've been kind of like running up. I don't really know what it is, so I've had a couple of moments where I've stepped off the approach as well. Um, but yeah, he's just resetting himself, giving him a little more time, get ready. This is his home tournament, a lot of pressure on him.
And
So
it's the current defending title.
exactly.
Ooh, that was
Oh
far
my,
left. That was pretty far left, yes. Maybe it
that
should
was
have
left.
taken a little longer before
Yeah,
he got the
man,
ball.
maybe.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so easy to say when you're sitting down on the chair and just looking through a screen, but yeah.
those shots happen. You got to accept those. They happen to everyone.
All right, so for now we see Nora is doing quite good on this game. Oliver Dahlgren, he just got an open frame on the eighth, so he wasn't that high. And Arner, who was the leader with 91 over, is struggling a little bit on lane 3 and 4. He needs to strike out for a 216. But as you said before, if when you have a low game you manage to survive it, then it's going to give you a good chance for the rest of the squad.
Definitely.
What you don't want to do is suicide yourself on a very low game, because then since it's not that easy to put the strikes together, you want to try to stay alive for as much as you can.
It's definitely true, for sure. Nate is jamming it. Wow, he's throwing it very hard. Oh my gosh, actually looks good. 194. It's not bad at all. Not a bad game.
Now he had 60 over, so at least stays on 43 over after this game. Still manageable if he gets a good good 3 games. He still could make it work. We said already that probably I'll be wrong on the 1350 cut. It's probably going to be a little bit lower. So that also is another thing that, especially the young guys, I think they need to learn. Those who are going to bowl in here, they get used to those 240 average over and over and over again. So they get into the lanes and they are aiming to do the same. They are going for the 1450. And if you try to make 1450 in this kind of pattern, you're going to put yourself in a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you're not looking. I mean, obviously you're looking to strike, but I mean, you need to get 9. You need to make your spare. Definitely something hard as this, so touchy as this. If you can get ball reaction to get 9 and strike, you'll be more than okay here. it's hard to 1450 might just be a little bit out of reach for this tournament.
So far we haven't seen not even a single 1400.
I think it's going to be very tough. No matter the people bowling 1370 still bowl 190, 180. So it's just really hitting those good pairs and taking advantage of it.
We see some comments over here. Tom W says Timmy is in trouble too. Which one? Which one is Timmy? Not Tim Mack, obviously, because he's not in here, unfortunately, with us. Tim, if you're watching, we send you a big, big hug from your cousin. We hope to see you again pretty soon. Traveling back to Europe. We miss you very, very much. I think actually Tim was the big responsible that a lot of Americans are coming to bowl into Europe.
I think so too. Tim's been a great influence in all that. Miss him here. Was he here last year? No, I don't think he was here last year.
2 years ago.
2
years ago,
yeah.
he still was here, yes. So, sorry if you heard the clap of hands and just saying hello to an old friend. It's always nice to see people coming by. How you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah, doing okay. Not bad, not bad. A little
Nice
bit older, but nothing else I can do about it. Yeah, that hair is helping a lot. Okay, let's go back to business. Nora started with the front 7, then 7 spare. Now she's got a 6 spare. It looks like it could be happening. She hit transition in the middle of the game. Now it's time to be really awake, realize what you want to do, and especially what you don't want to do, so you don't screw up what you have been holding up during this first 8 frames. Timmy, yeah, now I know who says Timmy Hall. Yes, thank you. I forgot Timmy Hall was over there. Let me find him. Where are you, Timmy? Oh my, so many bowlers. I cannot find Timmy.
I can't even find Nora.
Oh, Timmy's over there. Yes, he was on 19 and 20. Yeah, that pair is. If you look at the pair, Nate 194, Timmy Hall 160. We have a 140 also on that pair, so it could be a little bit messy on that pair at the moment. Jesper has found his way to strike a little bit. He's gonna go for a 230 game, so he's on his way up. He's very strong. He's definitely very strong. He doesn't give away a single pin. 3 and 4 has been a little bit tough for Arnar. He's gonna shoot just 190, so he's gonna drop down to 80 over. And it's happening all the time. I see so many people starting with 480, 470, 490, but they never get to 700 after 3. They always end up dropping at some point.
That's me.
Yeah, I guess if you listen to the streaming on the previous squad when you go back home, if you cannot sleep, or later on the hotel, you will listen to me talking about it. It's amazing that you go up and down, but it wasn't only you. Previous squad, it was a lot like that. 250, 250, 150. 240, 240, 160. 250, 240, 130. It was a couple of guys that shot 5 games of 230, 240, or 4 games of 240 or more, but the other 2 were 140. And that brought me back to what you were saying 20 minutes ago. If you manage to spare and you manage to survive, and instead of doing 140, you manage to do 180, 190, it's going to make a big difference.
For sure. I mean, even just personally, when I was bowling, like, I was moving my feet 3 to 4 boards left each shot, and my ball was still going high, and I was like, that's when I was like, oh no, could get rough, and got some bad breaks, left a 4-9, and some other just unfortunate splits, pocket 7-10 somewhere in there, and it kind of just derailed from there.
Yeah, and then it gets into your head, and when it gets into your head is when you really get in trouble.
Yeah, even when you feel like you're throwing good shots, I mean, the ball just like when you're splitting, like the ball just finds a way to split, like no matter how good you throw the ball or what adjustments you make. I mean, you can move 10 boards left, my ball's still going high. So it's just one of those times where I feel like you just need to kind of get 9 if you can and spare it up and take your medicine.
Hopefully, the new ball you just drilled is going to do the trick.
I'm really hoping so. Something cleaner, something smaller core. So I think that I'm pretty confident now that I will have some more score out there.
So what layout did you choose on that one?
Honestly, I have no clue. Rob said he laid me out a ball. I had a layout in mind, but he put something on there. So,
Hmm.
I mean,
So now
I don't know the numbers.
you'll have to see when you
I'll have
try.
to see. Yeah, there's no actually holes in it. Yeah, it's just laid out. So I
Ah,
could change it if I wanted to,
so you
technically.
you
But
had the layout, but you haven't got it drilled yet.
yeah, it's sitting down there with my name on it.
All
So
right. So we gotta make sure that nobody takes it yet.
yeah, no one do that.
All right,
This
game 3 is almost over. Pretty soon we're gonna refresh and let you know about the scoring. But before I carry on, Ernesto, let me tell you, you feel free to go away whenever you want. I just kidnap you for a little while because it's fun to talk to you and see the point of view. But don't feel obligated to stay. It's a very long squad. It takes a lot of time in here. You have been traveling from far away. You're still adjusting to the European time zone, and it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm not kicking you out. Don't get me wrong, but honestly, I don't want you to be exhausted at the end of the day anyway.
No, I'm good. I wanted to watch the squad anyway, and I'm doing it right here, so might as well.
Just so you
I'll
know,
stick around for a little
whenever
bit.
you feel tired, just put your hand up and say, I'm leaving you. Now you stay talking on your own.
And if he's talking too much, you just
That's true. Yeah, we had Martin
Thanks, Martin.
on the booth, and Martin just gave permission to Ernesto to shut me down for a while. Yeah, I'm a little bit like a radio. That's why I had my radio show. I could talk for as much as I wanted.
That's awesome.
Okay, Nora, where are you? I lost you.
I just saw her.
Over here, yeah, 17 and 18.
There she
She's gonna
is.
bowl 243, so she's gonna be on 59 over. That's pretty good. On the French guy on 1 and 2, he managed to strike out and save the game for a 65 over. Emma also, she did quite good, so she's gonna stay above par on after 3 games. That's pretty good. She probably figured out something. It wasn't working for her after game 2. She has been struggling a lot on games 3 and 4. So the fact that she found a little bit of a solution should give her hope to go a little bit higher in this squad. It looks like it's going to be a fight between her and Nora to see which one does better on this squad.
Yeah, between the two women, yeah, those are the two leaders right now for the women. They're bowling well. Nora's doing good. Is Emma a one-hander? What is she?
One-hander, yes.
One-hander?
Emma's a
Okay.
one-hander. That's why I said she probably has a little bit of more issues when the transition comes on. It's a little bit harder for her to move deeper and still get the same pin action and the same angles.
Definitely.
But she definitely is talented, very persistent. She can take her spares. Very good bowler. So let's see, let's see. Still have a few more frames to go. Then we have. He's not doing well. I'm very sorry. Killian is on 480 on lane 20. The guy is shooting now on lane 20. He was helping a little bit earlier with the streaming.
Uh-huh.
But as I said, it's very easy when you're sitting down here, and it becomes very tough when you jump down on the lanes to stick into the plan and do whatever you were thinking you were going to do. We have Kyle on lanes 3 and 4. He's currently on 595, so he's 5 below the par. But Kyle also arrived today, I guess. He traveled today, so he's probably on some jet lag and quite exhausted from the trip.
He just got married too, so congrats to Kyle.
I was gonna say he's got married. We gave him a little surprise right before the squad. I guess that also didn't help to stay focused on what you had to do. Slipped a little bit away of your concentration because he was standing in the middle of the approach with his new wife, but he was already wearing the bowling shoes and stuff. So it was
He's ready.
maybe a little bit of distraction. Body language on 19 and 20 for Arnold, not positive. He was 91 over. He just shot the 190 game. He started with Brooklyn. So I really want to see what goes on for him on that pair. Is he gonna stay up there? Is he gonna manage to survive that transition? Is he gonna find some solution? We have to see.
Definitely the hardest part. It's the piece. It's the puzzle right there. I think he'll figure it out.
It looks like 17, 18, 19, and 20 are the lanes that are giving people a little bit more of trouble.
Yeah, I bowled on Yeah, I blew up on 17 and 18 today, so I definitely agree with that one.
Okay, and the scores are updated. We have Arnar still on the lead with 86 over. Then we have Gregory Rius from France, 65 over. Jesper Svensson made his move to the third place already, 60 over. He's so quiet, he doesn't seem to be there. He had some issues in the approach a couple of times, but yet he's still up there already with 60 over. Nora, it's currently in the fourth position with 658. Elvis surviving. He started pretty high and now it's trying to survive. 53 over. Nate, same thing, 53 over. Oh, look at that. We have Ottilia. She's also a girl from Sweden. 636. She just shot. Shot 247, and not bad for being game three. I don't see that many low games this time, as we have seen before. Oh, I have to go all the way down to Timmy Hall. He shot 161. And then we have to go already to the people who are out of the par with 174, 171 on places 17 and 18. But everyone on the top, the lowest games are 190, 190, 190. So maybe we see another surviving squad and a few people being able to reach more than 100 over. Let's see what goes on.
Yeah, we'll see here shortly.
All right, now I'm trying to find Ottilia because I haven't really seen her bowling. I don't have a clear picture on her, so let's see if I can find her.
I'm trying to. There she is. Lane. 15.
Oh, here, 15 and 16.
15 and 16.
15
Yeah.
and 16.
Strike
Strike and open frame. Okay, but now we can see her throwing on lane 15, so we can see. It looks like she's a single-handed. Yeah, very Swedish school, no doubt. Now the lane is reading pretty early for her, so it's gonna have to move. She's gonna have to move in, and then we're gonna have to see how she can survive that.
Yeah, she throws it really good. First time I've seen her bowl.
Now on lane 19 and 20, we see Per Svensson, former Team Sweden. He was on Team Sweden for many, many years. Now he's a senior, bowling real old school. He was a very fun guy to bowl against. He never really liked to lose, so he would use any trick to beat you. He's a very fun guy.
What else do we got? Jesper double 7. Or 7 spare. Surprise! I mean, Jesper's making urethane work. I didn't think anyone was gonna throw urethane this week, but those guys just always do.
I think Jesper is one of a kind.
Definitely one of a kind.
One of a kind, and then he can do whatever he wants. The fact that he's so powerful but yet so accurate, right? Okay, Arnar, lane 20, is already standing in front of the ball return.
Oh, hit it. Bad break.
Yeah, that's a bad break.
Costing him a double.
And when you had a couple of not so high games, you may start overthinking. So for his sake, we hope he's going to find a way to survive 19 and 20, maybe go away with a 220 or 230, and then it shouldn't be that much of a trouble. We have Chris Lohan on lane 13 and 14. He has started not so high. He's running on 556, so he's 44 below par. Nora is now bowling on lane 1 and 2. I'm trying to let our audience know where is everybody because we have different cameras, so they have to switch from one YouTube connection to another if they want to follow one or other of bowlers. It's a little bit quiet tonight. I think people is having dinner. They're not talking that much anymore.
Yeah. Someone said good morning from Texas or good afternoon from
Scooby,
Texas.
yeah. Hello, Scooby. Yeah, that's a little bit earlier in Texas. Must be like 8 hours less,
8 hours. I think it's 7 hours less.
7 hours.
Because California, where I'm at, it's 9.
Hmm.
So it's Texas 2 hours ahead.
Kyle doesn't seem to be having a lot of fun either.
No, I mean it's really tough. These pros definitely are gonna struggle too. It's just not easy out there to get your ball to do the right thing. So I'm seeing a lot of people struggle.
Especially when it's your first squat. I mean, when it's your first squat, even if you have some friends and you have been talking to them, how did you solve it? What did you do? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? Once you get to the lanes and you have to do it on your own, as we said before, it depends a lot on who you follow and what they have been doing with that lane in particular. It's gonna make you try to survive one way or a very different way.
Ooh, late 10 pin.
Yeah, late. This one he pulled the
So,
string.
yeah.
Yeah, he pulled the string. For those of you wondering what we're talking about, Arnold is bowling on 19 and 20. Currently leading with 86 over, but he could lose his lead at the moment because the guy on second place, Gregory Rios, has started with a couple of strikes. They're bowling pair to pair. Gregory is on lane 18. Nate seems to have found something back. Now he's on a spare and a triple. Sloan is also front three. And Jesper's ball is not looking that good anymore. So I'm really curious to see what's gonna do on the next couple of games. You think is he gonna stay with urethane for the rest of the squad?
I mean, I feel like he.
Maybe grab another urethane from the back with a little bit different layout or a little bit finish on the surface.
I think that's the option. I definitely think he's gonna stay with urethane at least for this first squad. He's gonna go pull out some other urethanes that he has and make them work. Where's this score at? Is he right there?
Sloan?
No, Jesper.
Oh, Jesper was bowling. I just lost him. I just seen him and I just lost him. He should have moved. Over there. Lane.
Oh, there he is. Yep.
Yeah. 11-12.
All right, he's got a double. I mean, that's all you need.
11-12. Yeah, I just saw his last shot. It was like the ball went a little bit weak into the pocket, like it started sliding, or when you see that motion that you see, oh, the surface is gone on that urethane, and
Kinda
you need
gives
to go
out.
for another one. Yeah, yeah. That's what it looked like. Yeah,
Sudi does
we
here.
can see him now on 11.
Look. Ooh.
Yeah, not fun. With the younger bowlers, they were all trying to make the urethane balls work. And since those balls are reading so early, they just try to push them stronger and harder and stronger and harder. But sometimes what happens is that you end up gripping it more instead of being able to make it slide a little longer. So it could be one of the things that's happening. Previous shot, as I said, the ball did not react so much. Maybe he just grabbed it a little bit more, and the ball overreacted too soon.
Yeah, that definitely could be it. I just think on the right side of the lane, there's so much traffic. So, I mean, I find myself moving 3 boards every probably 3 shots at least, 2 boards, just because there's so much traffic and the lanes just start to transition that much earlier. So
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not as bad for Jesper, but I'm sure some.
All right. Game 4, not as messy as I thought it could be. We see some striking. We have Tomo doing some strikes on lane 2. We have Christopher also doing some strikes on lane 13. Nate is definitely found something on 15 and 16. nine spare, five in a row. The French guy started with the front four. He's already with 65 over after the first three. So maybe he found the way to do it. Nora was doing quite good, but I don't see where she's bowling at the moment. Um,
Is that her on lane 1? Or no?
yes, true. Lane one.
Struggling a little bit now.
Yeah, nine spare, strike, nine spare, eight spare, split, strike. Let's see if that strike is the sign that she found what she wanted to do. And if she's not finding it, I mean, that's the moment where you said before, you need to cool down. Don't let the emotions take control over you, especially when you have some score already on your pocket, and try to survive that game and focus on the next one.
Definitely. It's hard to reset, especially out here. We got 6 games, so I gotta take it.
The one that's gonna suffer, I think, for the ball reaction I just saw is on lane 5 and 6, Emma. The one I told you she's single-handed, but I could see the ball just read way too early for her. But when you're not used to ball deeper than 20, sometimes you feel like, if I move any deeper, it's not gonna come back. But if you don't move, the ball's definitely reading way too early. So you have to move no matter what.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of that. Gotta get away from that track area. Hooks a lot.
No, that was a bad shot for the French guy. So four in a row, but wash out on the fifth frame. Okay, who else is up there? Let's focus on the people. Is at least 50 over. 50 over at the moment is Nate, Elvis, Nora, Jesper, Gregory, and Armor. From all of those, Nate is the one shooting the highest at the moment with a 5-bagger. Nora is struggling with 2 open frames and 1, 2. Jesper, I lost Jesper again.
Again.
I'm gonna have to dag him so I don't lose him so often.
There he is.
Yeah, true.
in the
11
corner.
and 12. 1 double, 1 open frame, and 9 below par at the moment. But he's trying to strike to get a double and go back to par. And
Oh wow.
third time. Now it's really paying my attention, calling my attention even more. 3 times. That's not something you see very often.
That's definitely uncommon. I don't know. It looked like maybe his hand came out of the ball a little bit or something because he came up during his approach, like at the end. Oscar with the spare. Not bad game going.
It looks like it's moved a little bit deeper.
Looks like it's still throwing everything. Yep.
But a little bit deeper than it was.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. Looks like he moved maybe like 4 and 2 to the right.
After that split, for sure.
Yeah, as a lefty. Okay, I see some strikes for Zacharias, but Zacharias has not started very well. He had 201, 174, 171, 54 under at the moment. We have nice shooting from Joakim Karlsson. He's back on Team Sweden. He quit bowling for 10 years. Now he's back on track. One of the first guys in Europe to reach 600 RPM. And for a single-handed bowler, that's pretty good. It's definitely a lot of talent. You see what I meant about Hemma? The ball is reading really early. Now she's getting into a lot of trouble. And as we were saying, I mean, if I was behind the lanes for her now, being her coach, I would just move. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have to move 10 to the left, move 10 to the left. But definitely, it's not working. It's not paying out to stay where you are now. The ball is reading on the arrows and reaching the pins without any energy left at all.
Someone asked a question.
All right.
I watched Nora Bowl all year on the PWBA tour. A man, the potential's off the charts, but she always has a couple open with the blue. Go good. I'm confused.
I have to read again. I watched Nora Bowl all year on the women's tour. Man, the potential is off the charts, but she always has a couple of open out of the blue and really knocked her thing go good, so good than bad. More or less, I understand what you mean, Scooby. She's quite young. I think she's 21. We have no technicians on the room, so I cannot find out. She's quite young. She's maybe 21, maybe 22. First year on the American tour. You need to adapt to that. It's a very different type of bowling than the one we are used to have in the European zone. She's the queen of the purple hammer. When she can bowl the purple hammer, I think not even the guys can beat her. She can do as many as she wants. But now she's opening back. She's learning the new reality of professional bowling. It was her first season over there, overseas, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna do a lot better on the years to come. Also, I don't really follow the women tour, so I cannot really say, but I don't believe it's that many two-handers as we can see on the men's division.
No, it's definitely different. Did she bowl with the men a lot over here? Does she bowl with the guys a lot?
Yeah, she bowls any big event, she bowls for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, the transition is different a lot with the girls. I mean, over here you got a lot of urethane, but over there the girls, I mean, they don't have as many reps as the guys do, and they don't throw urethane. So transition is different over there. And what I think she made two shows this year, and she almost won. So I mean,
It's
this
not
for her first year,
for a rookie, yeah,
she's
for
gonna
a
be a big
rookie.
problem for a long time. And I think a lot of those bowlers in America know that. And she beats me, so I mean, she's my competition as well.
I hope that gives you a better idea, Scooby. We try to give you our perspective and our point of view. We have reached this. Just saying, no PBA title should be rewarded for any tournament that you can re-enter. Well, I'm not the PBA commissioner. I don't set the rules, and I understand your point of view. Uh, I could agree in a way, but on the other hand, it's the same chances for everybody. You can play as many squads as you want, but not only if you're an amateur, but you can be Kyle Trupp and bowl 15 squads if you wanted. So at least it's not unfair.
It's definitely not. We also only have 20 lanes here, so we can't have 400 players in 20 lanes. It's not possible. So, I mean, you gotta spread it out somehow.
And the fact that people can bowl more squads, it's another way of getting a little bit more of income.
Definitely.
So you can put better prices. And when you have to bring people from all over the world into an event, it's very expensive to travel around. Flight tickets are not cheap. Many hotel nights are not cheap. You have to pay for the food. You have to pay, and the re-entries are not for free. I mean, they are quite expensive as well. So we understand your point of view. I respect it. As I said, I agree in a way, but it's not that bad either. I mean, it's a PBA title outside of the United States. I know for a fact in the point system it gives a little bit lower amount of points, right?
I don't know. I don't know about that one actually.
I think it gives 1.5 instead of whatever it is, but I'm not that good on PVA rules. Honestly, I just try to focus only on bowlers and what I see on the lanes and what they perform, what they don't perform. And my main objective is to try to help the people who's watching to try to understand what goes on the lanes and yeah, if you have any questions about transition, bowling balls, even technique things. We are here happy to answer and give you all of you our point of views. But yeah, I respect your point of view. Uh, if we go back to 19 and 20, Arner is going to go for 170.
Oof.
A lot of 10 pins, a lot of single pins, and not the best body language.
Yeah, they're. That's like what we're saying. These middle games. Game 4 has always been the death of me and struggle for a lot of people. See a
Uh,
140.
he's going to shoot
Some
one.
good games, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Arner's going to shoot 170, so he's going to drop down to 30 something, 40, no, 57 over. Nate did a great game, 258, especially for being game number 4.
Where is that at?
Nate is over here on lane
Oh,
15
there
and
he is.
16, so he's
9-11.
now
There you go.
9-11. That's very good scoring because now if he stays out of trouble, that score is already quite nice to think about Sunday on the finals. So he doesn't really need to do any crazy moves or any crazy inventions. Just make sure he still hit the pocket and gets every single spare. And if you manage to double a couple of times in each game, that's going to put you on 130, 140 over, and that's probably going to be enough to be in the finals.
Definitely. I'm surprised his ball was hooking back. He was throwing it very hard. They might be hooking more than they were earlier. Looks like they are. People are way far left.
Yeah, people is further left than it was on the previous squad. On the contrary, that on the previous squad, we saw a few guys like Hakim, for example. He started bowling quite far outside compared to what it was on the previous day. I saw another 2 or 3 bowlers doing that as well. I guess that helped the lanes to survive a little bit longer. And then it was you and the other guy also using urethane at the beginning to try to push the oil a little bit longer. It doesn't look like this squad was the same way on the warm up, and now they start to pay out the price of it.
Yeah, they're hooking. Watching who is that right there? Elias. His
Yeah,
ball just going left. Not a bad game though from him. And yeah, Chris Sloan looks like he's got it under control now. See, even
yeah,
that's still overhooking. You really got to get your angle out there to get it to have a chance. If your ball gets up the lane, it is no chance of striking, except if you're throwing it 20 miles an hour.
yeah. And if you got a few years in your back, it's pretty hard to get it harder
Yeah.
down there. Yeah, but definitely on this game, we have seen quite a few games of 160, 150, 160, 170. So it's even we're going to see a 130 at some point on 17 and 18. One of those tough pairs, as we said at the beginning. It looks like 17, 18, and 19 and 20 are not that friendly with the bowlers as some of the other pairs on the alley.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, I think this game 3 or this game 4 might be past my bedtime. I'm getting kind of tired here. So thank you for having me, my friend.
No, I appreciate, buddy. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
your
thank you so
time.
much.
It was lovely having you here. Best of luck during the week.
Thanks. Hopefully, I figure some stuff out and make this cut.
Good luck with the new ball.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'll see you again tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks so much. I appreciate your
Take care. Have a good rest, buddy. Okay, back to business. Otherwise, take that one.
This one?
Yeah, this one is the corridor, and you're already on the
Thank
hole.
you.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, we have a lot of low games going on now. It's a little bit tougher for people. They are struggling. The transition is really hitting on the lanes. It's becoming a little bit dry. So we will have to find out who's gonna survive it. We definitely want to see what Nora is able to do. If Arner manages to go back again on track. Yes, it's getting a little bit tough for everybody at the moment. We're just gonna wait a couple of minutes so everybody is done with game number 4, so we can refresh the scoring and see what's the top 5 bowlers doing. Up to game 3, we had still 15 bowlers on this squad bowling above par, but I'm afraid that number is gonna get a little bit shorter now after game number 4. We have Jonas saying that the troop is out there. Yeah, it's actually quite deep. I would say it's in, not out. Just a bad joke, I know. Kyle is now bowling in lanes 19 and 20. He's throwing the Iron Pro Solid. He's going to make a shot on lane 20, and it looks like he's already somewhere around board 25 on the lanes. We'll just see pretty soon. Even deeper, he's throwing around 27, but now it looks pretty solid. That looked very, very good. Maybe he's starting to find out what he wants to do from after this squad and on to the rest of the event and the rest of the squads he's gonna bowl. Oh, Anders, you just remember the Peter Lung. I haven't seen him. Where is he? Peter Lung. I bowled a few events with Peter back in the day when I bowled for the Spanish team, and he was really, when he finds the lane, he can strike like a maniac. Strike machine. Okay, let me see if I can find him. I don't see him. There, yeah, I just found it. It's bowling on 15 and 16. And it looks like he's just 10 pins short to the par at the moment. It's good to see him. I'll make sure to go and say hello to him later on. Thank you for reminding me. Now, if you give me another minute, we're probably going to have our scores refreshed after 4 games, and I'll let you know what's the status for this squad. Overall leader, it's still Hakim from Malaysia with 175 over. Number 2 spot, it's 174 over. It's Ryan Barnes on the previous squad. He had a very strong performance. We actually had three bowlers on the previous squad that shot over 1300. And at the moment, I think we only have Nate Purchase on 111 over, I seem to have recalled. And then is a couple of guys a little bit closer to 880 or 880. Yes, there we go. Thank you, buddy. Nate Purchase now on the lead, 911 after 4 games. He shot 210, 249, 194, and 258. Number 2 on this squad is Gregory Rios from France. He's got 879 with games of 234, 196, 235, and 214. Jesper Svensson, the defending winner of this particular event. He was the winner last year. He's got 866. He's not giving away any of the games. He hasn't had any real high game yet. He's standing with 66 over with games of 202, 225, 233, and 206. Fourth place is Arnar Jonsson, but he's kind of dropping down. He shot 237, 254, but then on games 3 and 4 he shot 195, 166. We have Oliver Dahlgren on fifth position, 190 to 13 to 24 to 24, so he's 51 over. Elvis managing to survive with those 50 over for quite some time. Osco is now moved up into the seventh spot with 229, 198, 197, and 222. Then we have Joachim Karlsson, is Team Sweden. He's not only a very good bowler, but he took a 10-year break. Now he's back on fire. He left home a couple of days ago because he bowled the first few squats. He decided he needed a little bit weaker bowling balls, a little bit weaker material that he was using. And so far he's not doing super high, but he hasn't done any low game. He had 220, 203, 200, 205, so he's 31 over. But if he finds a couple of high games, it would still give him a chance to try to reach a little bit over 1300. 11th place is for Nora. Unfortunately, she had a lot of troubles in lane 1 and 2. She shot 152, so she dropped down to just 10 over. Ottilia and Nemma are pretty tight behind with 796 and 795. Both of them had low games on the last 4 games. 171 for Emma, 159 for Ottilia. But as we said while we were doing the streaming with Ernesto, it was pretty clear that the lane has burnt out completely, and they either need to start moving a lot deeper than they were at the moment, or they need to find some ball that by spinning it and giving it a little bit less of rate, they find a way to make it cross the heads, which is not happening at the moment. Ottilia's bowling now on 19 and 20. She's got a double, but also 2 open frames, so she's 19 on the par on the 5th frame. And Emma, let me find her. Give me a second. She's moved into lane. Where is Emma? I lost Emma. Emma Halden. Yeah, she started with a double on lane 10, but now she has an open frame of 5 and 4, so I guess it was probably a wish out. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's certainly doable, but you need to be awake. You need to be very aware on what goes on around you. You don't want to miss any spares. You want to try to hit the pocket as much as you can. Try to avoid complications. Try to stay away from penalty zones, but it's not always easy because, as we said before, the oil is running away quite quickly, and yeah, it requires a lot of attention, especially every time you change to a new pair. You don't really know what they have been doing with that lane before you got there, so sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult to really stay away from trouble. One game and a half to go. It looks like we are not going to see a 1400 yet. It doesn't look like we're going to manage to get the 1400 on this squad neither. Now I'm going to try to find Nate, see where he has moved since he's the leader. Gregory from France is bowling on 13 and 14. He started with a spare and 3 strikes. So he's trying to get up there. Now Nate is on lane 11 and 12 with 1 open frame and no doubles yet. So yeah, lanes are getting a little bit difficult. I'm not so sure we're gonna have many people shooting above 1900. Oh, lovely. And then it goes. Lovely. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. okay, people who's doing okay, let's remind you that on games 5 and 6, it's important to try to score as high as you can because it's turbo games. Turbo games means that if you score high enough but you haven't made it on the cut, it would give you a pass into the final. And at the moment, we have on lanes 17 and 18, we have Arbit Thompson with the front five. So it would give him a fair chance to gain that turbo if he continues to strike. And before I carry on, I have the pleasure to finally I kidnap you for a little while. We have Daniel sitting with us. Daniel is the right hand of Martin, or Martin is your right hand. I'm not sure which one is which, but you both run the tournament together. You make this event happen. So it's a pleasure to say hello to you, Daniel. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Luis. It's been I don't know who's right hand or not, but we've been pretty good at distributing shorts. So I do some things, he does some things, and then we have Patrick doing Patrick things.
Yeah, Patrick thinks that's a very well way to explain it.
So Patrick is in charge of making sure everybody have a good time. So that's his mission, and Martin is
That's what
kind
he
of a
can handle.
sports director.
No, but it's a very successful event. I'm very happy to see so many talented bowlers from all over the world, and it looks like every time I come, the tournament has gone a step further and growing up a little bit more. More things happening around the event. Not only the main PBA title, but I know you have for a fact the goal that everybody goes back home feeling like they have won something. This year you had a mental game seminar. Now you're gonna have a couple of seminars with it's skip away Matt McNeil of Storm talking a little bit about bowling balls and layouts. Then we're gonna have Chris from Kegel. He's gonna do a seminar about oil profiles and stuff like that. So. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of things happening.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's more than just a tournament, and the tournament itself is good enough to stand on its own legs. But like you said, we have from the start 2017, the goal has always been to have the guys not winning leave with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
And then we developed that. We just started the seminars, I think it was 2 years ago. A little bit first for the under 21 squad. The first week to give them something more than just the bowling. And now it's been more and more. We had Chris Jonas last year as well doing a lane. Can't remember exactly what it was, but it was how to read and decipher a lane pattern. So this.
And that's one of the reasons why, for example, I come from Barcelona. It's south of Europe. The level is not as high as you guys have up here in Scandinavia. And I have a lot of bowlers when I tell them to come. They always tell me, "Oh, but I cannot score. I cannot perform. What am I doing there? I have no chance." But this is the perfect moment to let them know it's not only about competing. It's not only about putting yourself on the lanes against the best bowlers in the world. It's about the whole experience. For example, tomorrow Wednesday, I know you have a friendly golf event.
Yeah, that's the golf event we had actually from the start, from 2017. Started in Malmö. So we have a golf event. So you pick teams, or we pick teams. You can play. So we use the PBA players come, and a lot of them play golf. So you come play golf, and you get to play golf with Carl Troop or
so it's another option, because obviously when these guys are on the lanes, they are focusing on what they want to do.
They're doing their job.
They are doing their job, exactly. They are competing. That's their main business, trying to get a title back home and put another title in the backpack, as I say. But when they are golfing, they are having fun. When they are off the lanes, they are super humble, super open. They are taking pictures with everybody. They are giving away some of the shares. They're signing autographs and stuff like that. And I mean, if you love the game, you don't have to travel all the way to United States, which is a lot more expensive. It's a lot more expensive to fly from Madrid to Los Angeles or to Orlando than it's going to be flying to Copenhagen and taking a train to Sweden. So,
Yeah, normally in the US for the PBA events they have a pro-am one night, and they charge you $150 to be part of the pro-am. And here the pro-am is included in the entry fee.
yeah, that's a big difference already. And then another thing I really love in Helsingborg, it's the food. I mean, you eat very good in Olympia Bowling Alley. It's not like all the events that you spend 12, 14 hours every day in the bowling alley and you only have this frozen pizzas and maybe frozen potatoes and stuff like that. So it's a very, very complete package from the food to the environment to having and meeting new friends and spending time with the PBA bowlers, doing some seminars so you can learn more about the game. You have a lot of beautiful clothing prepared for the event as well. So it's a lot of things happening around. And let me ask you, when did you guys have the main idea of why don't we try to get like a PBA event? Why don't we do something really big that it's gonna involve a lot of people? How did that happen? How did that idea pop up?
Yeah, the story behind the tournament, it started in 2016. It was me and a guy named Hampus Torstensson. I own a bowling center up north in Sweden, and he owned a bowling center just outside of Gothenburg.
Okay.
And we were both involved with the Proprietors Association in Sweden. And we were thinking about ways to promote bowling in Sweden. How do we get more people to bowl? And we just one night after a board meeting, we sat down at a hotel having dinner and thought, well, the best way to promote bowling is to get the best bowlers in the world to Sweden.
Makes a lot of sense.
So that's where the idea started to take shape. And fast forward a little bit, we had everything kind of mapped out and everything how it would look. And then at Swedish Sports Award Gala, all sports in Sweden, they give award Athlete of the Year and all that kind of thing. And we said we were both in Stockholm that night, and that gala night, and Jesper was nominated for I think it was Sports Newcomer of the Year or something in Sweden, Athlete of the Year newcomer. Was the year after he won his first
major
the TOC Tournament of Champions. So we sat there before everything started and said, if Jesper wins, we go. And later that night, I made a phone call to the US and said, yeah, let's go. Because Jesper won the award. So then everything just took off. We chose Malmö because of for the first tournament.
It's a bigger bowling center.
It's a bigger
Malmö,
bowling
right?
center. It's small center if you compare to, but in Sweden it's a big center. It's 22 lanes and it's like 20 minutes from a major international airport in Copenhagen. You take the train and you're in the bowling center. Like 30 minutes later, you're at the bowling center after you get your bags off. So that was a very successful event. We have had over 500 players. We had 1,200 entries.
Wow! So already first attempt, it was like pretty successful.
It was, and the
so that gave you the energy to carry on.
Yes,
right from the start.
And that first event, of course, Belmo won, and we had 2 years in Malmö. And
so it was 2017,
17 and 18.
It was held in Malmö.
Yeah. So
and then you decided.
Yeah, the idea from the start was because we were trying to promote bowling in Sweden, to go to different locations.
Okay, so maybe it was like
so we had
now we
so
do 1
we
year here,
we had a
then we move
contract
again.
with the city of Malmö for 2 years,
Mhm.
and say start here and then we're gonna move, but we didn't move that far. We moved like 45 minutes
45
drive,
minutes drive, yeah.
and ended up here in
In Helsingborg.
2019 in Helsingborg, and because the tournament is so much more than just the bowling. I don't think there's a better bowling center in Northern Europe for this tournament. Even though I tell Patrick, who owns the center, I tell him every year, you need more lanes, mate. You need more lanes. But do we have anything interesting going on? Yeah, the guy bowling on. We have one player on the lanes now. He's gonna go on lane 16. Pretty good game going on. Arnar Johnson from Iceland, but he lives here in Helsingborg. He's actually one of only 3 people here that's already qualified for the final, because he won a PBA Sweden event.
PBA regional.
So it's a PBA regional. We started this year a regional tour in Sweden, and we had 3 tournaments, and the winner was awarded a free spot in World Series of Bowling next year,
Okay.
and a spot in the final.
That's cool.
Here
Step
in Helsingborg.
1 or step 2?
Step 1.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Was it for every winner of PBA regional in Sweden?
Yeah, so we had 3 tournaments. So we have Artnar.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a big game, 269.
And he needed that because the last couple of games.
Yeah, but he doesn't need it. He's already in the final.
No, I know, but
but he can actually qualify to final step 2 if he can get a bye.
That's what I was going to say. Now he's got the secure spot on step 1 because he won the PBA regional. But if he wants to jump into step 2, he needs to go for a high squad.
Yeah, and if that happens, we have to recalculate the cuts because we're not going to have less people in the final. So we're going to add one
more
from the cuts. It's going to be top 41
cool.
instead top 40.
Who was the other 2 winners of the PBA regionals?
Pontus Andersson.
Pontus Andersson
won the first one in Jönköping. And then Artnar won the second one in Eskilstuna, about an hour and a half from Stockholm. And in Stockholm, we had our own local Helsingborg pro shop operator, Carl Diesel Wahlgren.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's so the talent in Sweden, we were a bit worried about PBA and what we will see on the regionals. Not that we have so many talented bowlers in Sweden, but we actually had 3 bowlers that's been not regular on the national tour in the US, but they played many tournaments a couple of times a year. So,
well, you have a lot of talent in Sweden.
Yeah, and Kyle Troop had a 267.
Yeah, Kyle was suffering quite a lot. Now he felt pretty comfortable on 19 and 20. He has moved a little bit deeper from where he was standing before. He was using the the Ion Pro Solid, the new one.
There was the same ball that Carl used in Stockholm to win.
Stockholm. It looks like that ball is quite versatile. It's working very good, both on fresh and by the end of the squad. And I've seen quite many bowlers using that ball already.
Yeah, and in Stockholm when Carl won, it was also a longer pad. It was Badger, so 48 feet.
Oh. In terms of scoring, we had Nate Purchase on the lead after 4 games. He was 911. I think I saw him suffering a little bit. He shot about 180 something on this. Transition. Yeah, transition is definitely here now. It's has already been here for a couple of games already. Now it's even kind of burn in the middle of the lane. We could see that especially on Emma and Ottilia. They were suffering a lot. Their ball was hooking really, really early on game 4 and I guess 5 was the same. It's hard for them to move a little bit deeper.
Yeah, Nora can move deep, and she definitely got this ball speed to tackle this.
Nora's got the speeds, got the power. She just wasn't lucky on lane 1 and 2. On game 4, she went down to 150. Couple of bad splits and
180, 190 now.
Yeah, it's not as high scoring as it was on the previous squad. I think probably Arnar is gonna go back into the lead of this squad as soon as everyone's done with the game. We're gonna refresh and see what goes on. But
Yeah, he's 121 over Arnar after 5 games. And
and the thing is that people who scored pretty high on this fifth game, they had quite a low score because we have Kyle Trope with 267, but he's only 33 above par. We have Arvid Thompson with 245, and it's only 8
yep.
above the par. Then I saw someone else shooting 240, but it was a little bit below the par as well.
Yeah, this like me. I played 2 squads in the tournament. The first ones with so I actually I was in the cut for a while. I ended up 31 over, but that was with finishing the last 2 games 480. So
480 on the last two. That's pretty good. Was it when I coached a little bit?
Yeah,
You
you
scored
you,
high?
you were coaching me, so
That's nice.
yeah. So it's just thanks to you.
I'm gonna start doing some online coaching worldwide because it seems to work quite okay for everybody I help. So maybe I should do that and focus more on coaching and less streaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I found Otilia. She's a bowling now on lane 3 and 4.
Yes.
She dropped down to 64 below the par.
Yeah.
That means she had a very low game as well because
Yeah.
she had 795. It's not fun to see. I really suffer with people. I'm very empathic with what I see, and I don't like people suffering with their games. But we can see a lot of people already in front of the ball return, bowling really deep inside. Emma is on lane 9 and 10. She hit the head pin strongly quite a few times. She
Yeah,
saved 183, but she already has a squad with 20 something over. So unless she makes 250 on the last game, this squad is not going to be helping her much.
No, I think that was a fill ball as well. So she might have tried something that clearly didn't work, unfortunately.
It was nice to see Per. I was talking about Per Svensson a little bit sooner. Former PBA, former Team Sweden.
Yes.
I bowled with him quite a few events while I was bowling for the Spanish team as well. It was fun to see Peter Lund also.
Yeah,
He's
World
been
Cup
bowling-
winner in 1986.
Exactly. That's
It's from my hometown as well.
very nice. Is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. But this guy, when he finds the lanes, he can destroy anybody.
Yes.
Even today. And how old is he now? 50 something.
He's
50,
50 plus.
50 plus. But he still can bowl and he still has
Yes.
the speed, and he's a very good bowler.
And
He has
he
always been.
knows he's such a he's smart.
He knows the game. He's been in the game for so long. He started at the times where the lanes were wooden, where you oil the lanes by hand,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
by electric machines.
And he was when we were on away matches back in the days. We're talking 90s. He was our GPS in the car when we're going to places we didn't know. He was he naturally just could find a bowling center.
Another interesting thing to see, the only guy who's bowling urethane all day long is Jesper. He's doing IQ 78.
Yep.
All the squad. I actually joked a little bit with him right before the squad, and I said, I'm expecting to see the U78 on the lanes. And
Yeah, but you have to think about it. Jesper just he literally just got off the plane from the U.S. attending Carl Troop's
so
wedding. So
he was
he had
there
a
as well. Okay,
yeah, and he had
okay,
a
makes
really
sense.
terrible flight home when he was stranded in Frankfurt because of delays. So he had a terrible trip back home. So
That's very annoying.
so I can understand if he's not able to be at his best right
No,
now.
I can understand even better. I was talking earlier in the day on the first squad, I believe it was. I said I hated to bowl the day I traveled, even if it was only flying Madrid, Barcelona, which is 1 hour flight. And I've never ever performed well the day I traveled.
That's because you didn't like to go to Madrid.
That's possible as well. I hope there's not many people from Madrid listening now.
Yeah, well, you like the people.
I like the people. What I don't like is the football club. That's the only one I have to admit I'm not a fan of. And they are always crying about the referees when they are the most helped team in the history of any sport.
I think some people would say something else about that. So, but who do we have here? I'm sure we're soon gonna have the scores updated. We have a.
Yeah, I think we only
Nate
gonna have
Purchase now. He's
80
97
something.
over and started with a double on lane 7 and 8.
7 and 8, true. So he probably needs a 220, 230 game to try to secure his spot on the final. He's got a turkey, so he's on his way.
Yeah, he's really on his way. And he just arrived. He's still jet lag, I'm sure. Also, so.
When did he get here? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it's still a little bit too soon.
Oh.
Oh.
Arsenal just got a double in the 5. I think he's really just gonna try to chase that by for Sunday, having a little sleep in.
Okay, we have the scores updated. People above par has dropped down to only 12 bowlers. People with chances to make it into the final, I would say probably all the way down to the top 5. Oliver Dahlgren from Team Pergamon is now with 51 over. He's bowling on 19 and 20. He's got the first 3. So if he shoots...
he needs a big game.
He needs a big game, probably 260, 270. But he's more than capable to do it. I mean, this kid is super talented. I've seen him bowling many times before. And when he's on fire, he's really on fire.
He have also played for my team back home.
Really?
He's from up north, yeah.
But how many people can you fit up there? I mean, I thought it was only peers.
We're just bringing up talents, you know.
But for those who are listening and they really have no clue, how far north you live?
If you sit in the car from my place and you drive 1 hour north, you're above the Arctic Circle.
My goodness.
And the same thing if I were to drive down to Helsingborg and then do the opposite drive south from Helsingborg, I end up in Venice, Italy.
My goodness.
So there's the same distance from Venice, Italy to Helsingborg that it is from Helsingborg up to me.
But you don't really drive that often. You probably take planes over and over again.
Way too much.
It's too many hours. It was forever when I drove down from Mora. It always took me like 8 hours, and Mora is...
It's not halfway.
It's not even halfway. That's what I was going to say. And all those roads that you really need to be aware with all those animals crossing. I remember once from Mora I was driving into Thomas, into Karlskoga. And it was my first time driving from Mora to Karlskoga. So it was very tough for me to get there. I was trying to use the GPS, and all of a sudden the GPS put me on one of those very small roads, and the car was telling me, do not drive beyond 45 kilometers per hour. And I was telling the car, how the heck am I going to drive 45? There's no way I can drive more than 20 on this road. And all of a sudden, a gigantic moose crosses in front of me. Those things are a lot bigger than I ever believed to. Yeah. It's even taller than a horse.
Yeah.
That was impressive. I got chicken skin for 10 minutes, I promise you that. But, okay, we have a comment over here.
Nate Purchase is
Someone says he never uses another ball. But my reply would say, if you win the way he wins, why use another one, right?
Yes, that's... yeah, he have won tournaments on the PBA tour using reactive balls, so he knows how to throw them as well. And taking a win on the PBA takes more than just being able to throw one ball.
One ball, absolutely. Yeah. So.
But he's very good at it. So
I know.
Of course, you when you can use it, if you're the best in the world with something, of course you're gonna use it.
You just have to be, if you have the chance and you can play your A game.
Yeah.
Why would you go to the B game?
Yeah, and we have to remember Jesper is one of the most, if not the most accurate
Bowler.
player
Yeah.
on the PBA tour. He's best spear shooter on the entire tour. He's, if you go with the Spectre data, he's the most accurate player on the PBA tour. So it's not only about using a particular ball. It's, you have to know how to use it as well, and then you have to hit your target and
Yeah, and on the
making your
other hand,
spares.
I would say it's not a soft urethane ball. It's not a ball that everybody's using, and it's not a ball that is doing the game super easy like some other balls are doing. So the fact that he's using it, it even proves how good it can be.
To be fair, he was using
A pitch black. At the
a
beginning.
lot of pitch black as well, but
Yeah, but when the rules have changed,
yep,
it
you have
hasn't-
to change
it-
with the
it-
rules.
It hasn't been any problem for him.
No.
Now back to track. The guy from France, Gregory Rios, he's a very very well bowler with urethane. For a fact, I've seen him many times in the south of Europe.
Yep.
He's super good with urethane, and I'm quite pleased to see he's doing quite okay now that he has to do reactive and bowl a lot deeper on the lane.
Yeah, he's on 9 and 10. He's unfortunately now just a spare and two
Couple
splits.
of splits.
And we see that a lot out here, especially in game 5 and 6. It starts, the miss room is just disappeared all. There's no hold on the lanes. If you miss in, if you just grip the ball, it's tiny bit. You can hit your mark, you can have the correct speed, but it's right on the nose.
On the other hand, Nate Purchase, who just shot 186,
yeah, he's
it's
just
97 over, but front five, so trying to secure his spot on Sunday. At the moment, every single strike he can add to this front five he has, it's going to push him closer and closer to step 2.
Yes, definitely. You just need a couple of more strikes and then make sure he makes his spare, and he's gonna be there already, I think.
I would say the same. I predicted a little bit higher cut at the beginning of the week, but as the days goes on, I'm getting more and more tempted to lower down my expectations a little bit.
Yeah, but there's always going to be there's more squads left than we have played.
That's true.
The number of international players still coming in are pretty high, so we're going to see stronger squads in terms of players for the next days. So the cut is super hard to predict.
We can expect also that many of the bowlers that yet have not found a way to perform due to the talent they have at some point. I mean, players like Kyle Trupp at the moment. We have seen another few PBA guys like didn't do that well, like AJ hasn't found his spot yet, but also a few of the locals like Carl Eklund and some other of the young guys in Team Sweden. All these guys have the talent to bowl 1400 at any moment when they feel kind of inspired and they find a little bit more of a comfortable spot in the room. So it's so many of them that it could actually end up being at 150.
Yeah, and we have to consider this. There's 377 players. Of course, everybody in the field are not able to shoot 1400, especially on these conditions. But there's still going to be 1,000 entries, and the lanes are hard, really hard. But it's not the trickiest lanes we had, because on the first tournament in Malmö we had 1,200 entries, 500 players. Belmont was there, Kyle was there. It was a really strong field. Best players in Europe, best in US, and the cut was 80 over.
80 over, my God, that was,
and
that was
no one shot 1400.
My goodness, so it was more demanding.
Yes,
and still you managed to bring even more people back on the years to come.
Yeah, it's been the same every time. You can't have very demanding patterns every time because you have to change. But when you do, for me, average or slightly above average spoiler, I enjoy this a lot. Really, really fun to play when you get a puzzle in front of you that you have to solve.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I would have loved to play a few more squads, but they're just full.
They're
There's no more,
full,
there's no more room.
and also you are quite busy taking care of a lot of things. Now back to Nate. He's got the front
Yeah,
seven
he got the
already.
front seven. We soon have to get a camera out there and see if it's going to be the tournament's first 300 game.
For sure, he's gonna. If he makes one more, it's almost. We could say it's getting
Yeah,
1 foot, at least 1 foot onto step two.
Yep.
If he puts one or two more.
definitely.
Now the question is he gonna manage to score high enough to become the new leader of the event?
Oh, got the potential, but he need a big game.
Well, leader is 175 over.
Yeah,
Let's say he makes 279 instead of 300.
yeah,
That would put him on 176 over.
yep. So he can have one line
He
spare.
still have the opportunity.
And the
to
thing
lead.
is, how many people are watching that are going to play a squad and watch what Nate is doing, what maybe look at what balls is using, where he put the ball down the lane, where it breaks, to see even if you don't play the same, you can still get a lot of information from watching what the most successful players are doing.
Yeah, just try to learn what is he doing, what type of ball is he using. Is it a very strong cover? Is it a very weak cover? Is it a strong core? Is it a weaker core? Is he trying to go a little bit more forward? Is he trying to spin the ball a little bit more so the ball retains more energy
Yeah,
for the back of
even
the
if
lane?
he's a two-hander, you can learn a lot if you're playing with one hand and you're thumbing. But you just observe. That's what you do if you feel when you don't have a clue. You go and watch the squad leader. What's the squad leader doing, and how can I translate that to my type of game?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
to get free advice.
Now let's
So
see.
he's pretty far left.
Pretty far left. He was pretty firm from the beginning, so I'm guessing he's the same.
So looks like
Yeah, it
he's
looks quite
around
strong.
20, 25, 26 at the arrows, throwing straight and hard.
Straight and hard, definitely. Not easy to control, but these guys are very good.
Yeah.
The French guy has got 2 open frames, no doubles. So that's
It's
gonna make his,
unfortunately
yeah,
it's
it's
not
gonna
gonna
make
make it.
his life a little bit harder. Then we have Arner with a couple of open frames and a couple of doubles, but the open frames are quite low. It's 5, 7, 7, and 6.
Yeah, I think he's gonna need another try if he wants to get a buy.
Otherwise, he's gonna have to stick with his PBA regional.
Yeah, so now I think he's just the last 2 frames. He's just gonna start trying things and testing because the score doesn't really matter for him unless he makes a buy. So he got a chance to experiment a bit.
I agree. Now we have to focus on Nate. I think it's best idea.
Yeah, Nate purchase. It's his first time in Sweden. Never played this event before.
So we're just gonna make the screen a little bit bigger for us to see. We're gonna stop paying attention to the rest of the cameras for a moment because we have a potential new leader if he keeps striking.
And Nate is on 7 and 8. For those of you watching some other lanes and want to watch Nate, to see if he can afford 9 spare, but he got to strike the rest.
Well, he's in good company. He's bowling with a lot of Pergamon people.
Yeah, 3 of them and 2 young two-handers as well. So if they're smart to try to copy what Nate's doing, because they're pretty much the same part of the lane, but that comes down to watching what the hand does, what balls you're playing. So only we're on this stream with on 5 to 8. We have Sweden, Netherlands, Greece, US.
We have
Only on this
we have
stream
quite
at all.
many countries participating. How
Yeah,
many countries do we have?
26 different countries.
26 different
Or
countries.
26 different federations.
Mhm.
It depends on how you count it.
Yeah, I understand. But that's a lot. I mean,
Yes.
we have. I had been at some European championships with less
Yes.
federations participating. Okay, there goes Nate's on lane 8.
He's running around 26, 27. Oh, 10 pin.
10 pin. Messenger.
That's a good shot.
Now he needs to spare and strike out on the 10 to become the new leader of the event
With 1 pin.
with 1 pin. And then if that happens, we're going to have the top 3 are going to be separated by 1 pin.
Yeah,
one
76,
after the other.
75,
And
74.
74. That was a song back in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
74, 75, yeah. That's my DJ side of the brain acting.
And one way to tell that the lanes are really tricky. I don't have the actual statistics on this, but we must have seen at least 12 to 15 two counts where players only get
Yeah.
6 and 9.
They miss a little bit too far to the outside.
Just
The
a
ball
little bit.
skids all the way down, and they
You missed
take
right.
6 and the 9.
Yeah, you missed a little bit and little bit too much speed, and poof, there you go, 2.
Gone.
So he makes the spare.
Yeah, nice spare for Nate. With that spare, we can say he's already into the finals because he's already working on the
Most likely, yes.
50 over.
Never-
even if he wouldn't. Do
You're
a
never
mark
sure,
on the
but
10th, but yeah, no, you're never sure, but it looks a bit like that.
yeah, he's the only one from this squad that's getting at a almost secure spot. So quick up on the approach. He's standing as if he had a ball return.
Yeah,
That's pretty common when you go that far left. That's on the lane where there's no ball return. You also stay at the same length.
same length, so you keep your muscle memory
Yeah.
very similar, and you don't do different things from one lane to the other.
So we had a 9 again. So we're looking at 65 with a spare strike.
65 spare strike, so he's going to be top 4 for sure.
Yes.
But that's a very, very good effort for him on the last couple of games coming back after a little
Yeah, he
bit
struggled
of,
a bit on the first squad as well. The first squad that he played.
Someone is not so happy outside the room.
So we have 65 puts. Oh, it's tight there on the.
Yeah,
Spot
67 is Sean Reich on 3rd position. 66 is
Stein.
Dario. And now Nate, if he strikes, is going to be 65. So that would put him on the fifth position, currently 5th position. But that's going to be already 7 bowlers with 150 over. It's getting closer to my prediction. Come on, guys, keep pushing, keep pushing. Now, for the people watching, tomorrow we have 2 squads.
Yes.
10 o'clock in the morning, it's number 1 squad.
10 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we will be, again, back online. We will be showing everything live on our YouTube channel. For those who are listening, don't
I think
forget
we
to
should
subscribe.
answer. We got a question from Linda Arda about the dress code. It is a national title event on the PBA, but we are also in Sweden, and we have to abide the rules that are in the country we're in as well. And the dress code in Sweden is that you can wear shorts or skirts, no matter your gender, unless we have also a little bit twist on that rule. Come TV, if you make the TV final, you have to wear trousers.
Longer
Yes.
trousers. So it doesn't apply during qualifying and during the regular finals, but only when you get into
Yeah, and
the TV show.
Yeah, and the same thing we have like a PBA regional rules with the bowling balls. You're allowed to use balls that are older than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to use plugged balls. The only PBA ball specific rule we have is the urethane rule with 78G.
78 hardness. Okay, cool. Finally, Nate shot 266 to finish his squad with 1363. That's gonna put him into the 5th position in the total of the tournament, and I would say that's gonna guarantee a spot for him in the final for sure. Not sure it's gonna be step 1 or step 2, but for sure he's gonna make it into the final. So we're gonna drop the commentary in here. It's only just a couple of guys finishing their games. We thank you everybody for your attention. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining me and doing me some company and mostly explaining a little bit how did this event begin and a little bit of the history.
It's a really long story. I will write a book someday, but not yet.
But we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe into our YouTube channel for more free content during the rest of the week and especially the rest of the season. Thank you very much, everybody, for your attention. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Send me the photos too on Facebook or whatever. I need a collage for at the end of the year. Yeah, at the end. When I'm done with my European competition. Give me like 5. Give me like 5 minutes. Is that mine? I beat you in 9 games. I was 9-7 over. Sorry, bro.
It's so tough. What can I say?
Every day we're gonna say the same.
Yeah. Tomorrow it will happen. That's in my hand.
Yeah. Every day.